So as I said earlier, we are going to be having our full. So now let's start with our sketch. We are going to be sketching on the front plane, and yes, for the front plane. So we have, this is what we are sketching basically. So these are our connecting rods. So we are starting with the connecting rod, obviously. That looks kind of easy. So let's have our circle. Let's draw a circle right here. Then we have a line. Let's pick our line to draw a line that runs like this. Then another line that runs, let's say like this. Okay, good. Now this is going to be okay. Now we have that already. We have this. Now both of them have to be aligned. Good. So come right here to I'm going to be making a rough sketch first before I start adding dimensions. Okay, so this is a 3-point arc, then another 3-point arc, and then another 3-point arc. Okay, now we have this, then this comes straight. We have another circle right here, and then we have to make sure that this circle with this particular center of this circle and the center of this circle, both of them aligns and they have a vertical relationship. So make relationship vertical. So and this also with this, we should make relationship vertical. So all of them, they are along the same axis. So now we can start adding dimensions and relationship. Now let's add a relationship. This is pick this line, press Ctrl, pick this line, then this particular arc, and make relationship tangent. This same thing goes for this one. Press Ctrl and that line, make relationship tangent. Pick this and this, make relationship also tangent. Now pick this and this, make relationship also. Okay, sorry. Pick this and this, make relationship also tangent. Good. So now that we've done that, we can now adjust whatever it is that we have right here. Okay, good. So let's place it now. Okay, this is going to be inclined at an angle of, this is 99.5 degrees. So let's say 90 degrees. And then this is also going to be inclined at an angle of, okay, this is at an angle of 90 degrees. This is also at an angle of 90 degrees. So both of them are at the same angle. This is 256.913. Copy this, Ctrl C, and then this is Ctrl V. Oh, sorry, Ctrl Z. Ctrl Z, press Ctrl Z. Okay, that was a mistake. So now everything is aligned. We have this, we have this, we have that. So now let's make our smart dimension. Let's add dimensioning. So the distance between the center of this circle right here to the center of this next circle is 130 millimeters. We have it right here. I hope you guys can see it. So this is smart dimension. This to this, 130. Okay, and smart dimension. This has a radius of let me check. That's a radius of 12.5. 12.5. And we are going to adjust that. Just give it a few minutes. And this has a radius of how many millimeters? Let's see. This is a radius of 8. So this is 8. This is going to be 8. Press equal to. Now this and this make relationship vertical, and you can now move this right here. Let's move. Okay, I feel this is what we can move. Okay, now you can move this and align. So I believe the alignment should be somewhere right here. Now there's something we are not taking note of. This and this should be vertically aligned. Vertically aligned, yeah. Also, same thing goes for this and the center of this arc. The center of this arc should have a yellow dots and make them vertically aligned also. So I believe everything should be aligned by now. And this and this and this should all be vertically aligned. Yes, vertically aligned. So what else do we need to align? So basically, so this should have a smart dimension of 22.5. 22.5. Okay. Now this. Okay, it's already vertically aligned. Now you can probably drag this. You can probably drag this and just drag it right here. Okay, so now let's continue. So we have that. You can drag that and then just adjust it. What else do we have? We have the dimension for this to be 13. Okay, the smart dimension for this to be 13. This is 13. So what else do we need? This has been dimensioned to have dimension of 8 degrees. 8. Yes, am I right? Smart dimension of this is 8. Okay. Cancel 8. Okay. I believe everything is all right now. We have all our dimension. Let's compare and contrast. We have 5. Okay. We have 3. 8, 12.5, 130, 13, then 22.5. So that means we are good to go. So right now, let's come to features, click on extrude boss. And the extrusion distance is going to be, take a look at this part. You have an extrusion depth of 3 here. You also have an extrusion depth of 3 here. Meaning the distance also here is going to be 3. I hope you guys understand me. So meaning that our extrusion depth is going to be 9 millimeters, but we can just make it 10, but let's make it 10. So we have 10. So we have that already. Now, pick this particular surface and then click on sketch. Now, what we're going to be doing right here is, you can see that there is an extrude cut right around this area that you're going to be extruding, like a depth where you're going to be extruding. I hope you guys get. So, click on that surface and now let's sketch. Pick up your line 2 and sketch just I like making a rough sketch first before I start to actually add dimensions. So this and this make relationship horizontal, and this and this make relationship also horizontal. Okay, invalid solution for press Ctrl Z. So we also have pick up your 3-point arc and this point to this point, bring it down like this. Same thing applies from here to here. Bring it down like this. Good. So now let's add smart dimension from here, this edge to this edge. The distance is I think 5. But let me check. It should be 5. Yes, we have 5. You can see it's right over here. So it's 5. So we have 5. And also from here to here, the dimension is also 5. So also, you can just, for verification purpose, this is also meant to be 5. This is meant to be 5 also. It's meant to be uniform all through. So you have that smart dimension of 5 all through. And if I'm right, yes, this is going to have the same dimension as this, but I feel that is enough already. Do we have another thing that we are actually missing? I don't think so. But irrespective, that should be all. Okay. Now you have to pick the center of this, and this center alongside the center of this other arc here, and make relationship vertical. Yes, you have to make relationship vertical, and you can just draw this inward a little bit. Sorry, there's a mistake there already. Just pick this. Ctrl Z. Let me see how that works. Okay, let me just pick this, press delete, and then just come back to your 3-point arc. This point, and this point. So you're good to go. So I believe we should be good to go right by now. So this relationship between this and this, the relationship between this center and this center right here, make relationship vertical. Okay, if that is the case, let's just draw this up a little bit. Sure, I don't know why I keep on making that mistake, but irrespective, that should be. So I believe you guys were able to see this. I'm not sure if I was recording at that particular period in time, but hopefully if you did not, let me just go over it again. We have this sketch, and this is how the sketch looks like. This is how it looks like basically. Yes, so now what we can do is that this particular feature, we can draw it right over this face again. In case I'm going to be doing it again, in case I wasn't recording at that time, I could have actually mirrored it, but I'm not sure if I was recording at that particular point in time. So this, I have this, and I also have this. And then I have, let's pick up our 3-point arc. Sorry, that should be a 3-point arc from here to here. Then another 3-point arc from here to here. Good. Then we have smart dimension of 5, meaning from this edge right to this particular edge, it's going to be 5 millimeters, and also from this edge right to this particular edge here, it's also going to be 5 millimeters. Also from this edge down to this edge is going to be 5 millimeters, and from this edge right to this edge is also going to be 5 millimeters. Okay. With all that being said, what else are we going to be needing? Now we have to create a relationship between everything. This and the center for this, the relationship should be vertical. Oh, sorry. There was an error there already. So, okay, this and the origin should have a vertical relationship. Okay. The center right here, and this should have a vertical relationship. But I don't know why we have that. Okay, so yeah, and why are we having this? Okay, I believe that should be all. Everything should be relisted by now. Okay, so now let's go to our features. Click on cut extrude. You have an extrusion distance of 3, just like we have it in this particular sketch. The depth is 3, so extrusion distance is 3 millimeters. So you have an extrusion right here on this face, and you also have an extrusion right on this face. So with that, I believe our connecting rod should be fully functional. Now what we can do is to determine material properties. Now to determine the nature of the material, come right here. You have appearances, come right here to metals. Now let us use, it should be iron, yeah. Let's use anyone, sun blasted iron. So you can also adjust the color right, yeah. I don't know which color to use basically, but I believe this should be okay. So So we have it as iron already. So we already determined the material property for this bus extrude. So, okay. Yeah, we already determined that. So we can now click on save, and we have this as first parts and say connecting rod. Connecting rod. Good. So we have our connecting rod fully available. Now this is how our connecting rod looks like. Now moving on to the next part, which is this is our piston. This is our piston. So we are also going to be sketching this particular piston, and I believe we can do it. So let's move on to the next part. Now, instead of going to the file manager to start a new project, just press Ctrl N. So you have Ctrl N, click on parts, okay, and let it load. So you have a new work interface. So we should be starting this right also at the front plane. Yes, we have the front plane. This is our front plane. This is our front plane. This is going to be our top plane, and this is going to be our this is also going to be our front. This is the cross-sectional area of our front plane. So we're starting on the front plane also. So come right here to sketch, and front plane. Good. So let's get the party started. The sketch says like this. I'm trying to, okay, we have this. So you need to first of all draw a line, and then we have how many chords? 1, 2, 3. We have 3 chords. Okay. Now let's draw a line that runs from here to here. As I said earlier, I like making what's called a rough sketch before I start adding dimensions. It makes things easy for me. Okay. Then we have 3 chords. 3 chords. That has to be 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. So let's zoom out. Okay. Zoom in. Now to move images around your monitor, just press Ctrl and also press the little rolling knob on your mouse. Not the little knob in the middle of your left click and your right click. Yeah. So just press it down and then press also Ctrl, and then you move your mouse in any direction you want it to move. So you have that. And now let's draw a center line that runs across our origin. Center lines are majorly used for construction purposes. So at an angle of 90 degrees. At an angle of 90 degrees. Good. So we have that. What else do we have? Okay, we have one that still runs up. 1, 2, 3. We still have a line here that runs up. We still have a line here that runs up. Okay, good. Now let's pick up our 3-point arc. Our 3-point arc runs from here to this particular line and stops here. Okay, let's say that's the center. Assuming for now. Now let's shift this up a little bit. Let's shift this up a little bit. Now what else do we have? We have okay. Let's draw another line right about here. Okay, perfect. Perfecto. Then we have our 3-point arc again that runs from here to here. And stops around there. So that's going to be like the little chords we have around there. But we are still going to adjust it just a minute. Now, let's make the relationship between this and this. Let's give it a relationship. Make relationship tangents. But, sorry, Ctrl Z. No. Okay. The relationship between this, and this, the relationship between them is going to be horizontal and equal. They are all going to be equal. Also, the relationship between this, and this is just going to be equal. You are not going to make them like a relationship vertical. But the relationship between this, and this. Okay, I did not select this. You have to be careful when selecting because these things are very small. You have to make relationship equal. Yeah, relationship has to be equal. And also the relationship between this and this, and also this is going to be vertical, but not this one. These ones are going to be equal also. Equal. Okay, equal. Good. So we have that. Now our sketch says we also have another line that runs from here, this particular line right here, and also we have another curve around this place. So let's come to the line 2 that runs from here, say down straight to here. You can see we have a dotted line that tells us we're already at the middle of our what's called, or our 3-point arc. So let's stop right there. Then you pick up your 3-point arc, and then you run, say, from here down to here. Then you stop. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry. You should have it, say, from here to here, and then stop. Okay. Now we have something right here. That the distance between the IT and the base here, that is from here to here, is 10. So how do we go about that? We have a line that runs from here straight down here, and it says the relationship there is 10. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. Should we use the? I don't think we should be using the 3-point arc here. What we should be using should be the spline 2. Spline 2. Now we have one edge here. Okay, now we can now draw it to what, we cannot fine tune it to whatever we want. So maybe we have to draw this, pull it out. If I'm right, let me zoom out so you guys can see very well what I'm doing. Okay, so you zoom it out to make it look familiar to whatever it is that we have here. Okay, then we have another curve. Now let's draw a line that runs, say, from here straight. Let's say from here. It runs from here straight to here. Now we now have a curve. Give me a minute. Then we now have a curve, if I'm right, somewhere around here. Okay. Then we now have a arc somewhere around there. So this is from here straight down here. Okay, good. So now let's add relationship to everything. This and this relationship tangents. Okay. There's an error here somewhere. Okay, now let's use the trim tool to trim from here. Okay, now good. Now let's pick up our spline tool again. That runs from here. And now we can now pick up our spline tool and adjust it. Okay, good. So now smart dimension. I believe you can now start adding dimensions now that we have a rough sketch of whatever it is that we want to do. Our dimensions here state that the gap between, if I'm right, from here to here is 3.5. So smart dimension, this is going to be a 3.5. 3.5. Press OK. Now immediately I pressed 3.5 for this particular line. Every other lines that were equal to that same particular line, they had a smart dimension of 3.5. And also, if you take a look at it, the gap here says 2.5. So this is going to be a 2.5. Sorry. Sorry. 3 point, and this is going to be a 2 point. This is going to be 2.5. Am I right? Let me see. Let me see. B. Am I right? The gap in between them is, that is, that square is 2.5. Let me check. I'm sorry, I want to confirm that what I have is right. Okay, 3.5, yes, and then 2.5. Okay, good. I think we are right. Now this, the problem right here is I did not make these ones to be equal. I think I made a mistake earlier. Oh, now I see the problem. Now I see the problem. This should be 2.5 also. Okay, so I believe everything should be all right like that. So this one will be 2.5. If you check the smart dimension for this, it's also going to be 2.5. If you check for this, it's also going to be 2.5. If you check for this, it's also going to be 2.5. If you check for this, it's going to be 3.5. If you check for this, it's also going to be 3.5. Now, I believe we have everything that we need. What we can now do right now is to press escape and then come down to the feature 2 and press remove. Okay, the sketch is currently open, sorry. But, okay, I'm not yet done dimensioning. We have this particular, what's called, this particular part right here. This my dimension of 65. So 65, and I'm right at the middle. 65 divided by 2, that should be 82.5. So smart dimension, this should have a radius of 32.5. This should be 32.5. 32.5. And the distance between these points and these points, smart dimension, so this point and this point, it should be 5. Okay, I believe that should be all that we need. Okay, smart dimension between here and here should be 10. Okay, and that makes us know that we have to adjust a few things. A few things need to be adjusted. I have a few things that we need to adjust, which is okay, let's add a smart dimension to this. It says that's a radial distance of 5. Okay, adjust it to 5. And this is also going to have, okay, what else are we having right here? This is going to have a radial distance of this is going to be, say, 10. So meaning we have a lot of things to actually adjust right over here. We have a lot of things to adjust right over here. But irrespective, let's press Ctrl Z and come right here. That's the case. Do we have all other dimensions correctly? Do we have all other dimensions correctly? Now we still have something that we're here to adjust. Before we actually do that, smart dimension from the top right here, from this edge straight down to here, the total height should be 75. The total height should be 75, okay? Now, putting that at the back of our mind, and also from here, right here, to here, we should be having 65. Should be 65, but I don't know. If this is 5, if this is from here to here is going to be, if I'm right, okay. We made a mistake earlier. I I made a mistake earlier. This should be 10. This part should be 10. This should be 10. Make this 10. Okay, good. So now from here to should be 10. From here's my dimension. Okay, from here to here should be 70. Should be 70. Yes, good. So we have that already. 10, 70 to 65. And from here to here. Okay. Let's delete that dimension. Now from here to here. From here to here, maybe 60. Okay, from here to here, 65. Let's make it 65. Okay, good. So we have all that already according to the sketch, if I'm right. Yes. According to the sketch, this is what we have. This is what we have. Yes, 5, 65, 70, 65, 65, 5. Okay, good. So what else do we need? What else are we going to be needing? Smart dimension. Why added dimension is 32.5. Okay. That's 2.5. And this will be, we make this, we adjust this to whatever it is that we want. Okay. I believe that should be enough. And this, okay. So we have that. And from here, this should be, it says this should be 10. Am I right? 10. Okay, sorry. Back. And I feel this should be enough. This is exactly what we need. This is what we need. Okay, we have all our dimensions ready. Now come right here to our features and click on revolve. And then you are going to be revolving around, what's it called? Yeah. The center line has already been chosen. So this is how your revolve will look like. So this is basically how your piston is going to look like. Am I right? Yes, this is what we should have. But there is an error somewhere. Let's go back to sketch, edit sketch. It should most likely be 65. Sorry. So we should have that, I believe. So this should be how our piston should look like. So we have our connecting rod, we have our piston. So what we should have left should be our crankshafts. What we should have left should be our crankshaft. But there is still one or two things that needs to be adjusted in this piston, which is this. We are not yet done. Okay. Okay, instead of doing that, let's just delete this part. Delete this, say yes, and this, say yes. So let's just come right here straight to our 3-point arc. and then zoom out, we should have that. Good. Sorry, 3-point arc. And we should be good to go. So good. This should be what we should have with a radial distance of 20. So that should be all, and good. We should have that. But then, right about here, we need to create a cut that goes through the what's called that goes through this. So let's click that particular surface and say edit sketch. We need a cut that goes through, that runs through this whole surface. It has to be a cut. So I already adjusted it. Yes, so this is what our piston should look like. So what you just have to do is, it took me a while before I actually got it. So this is how the real sketch is going to look like. You have a distance of 10. You know the entire what's called the entire distance right here. I'm sorry, I'm having difficulty moving my screen. The entire distance right here is 20, meaning so for each half distance, that is from here down straight to this point, is going to be 10, and also from here down straight to this point, it's also going to be 10. So that is why I have the distance of 10 here. So from right here to this particular point right here, everything will be 20. So I hope you guys get that part. So now we have our piston. This is how our piston looks like. There is one more thing I would love us to adjust on this piston, which is the curvature of this piston. It seems 65. Okay, it is saying 65. Okay, meaning the entire distance from here to here is 65. Oh, that's what they're telling us. I was the one that misquoted whatever is happening here. Okay, smart dimension. So meaning from here straight down to here should be 65 divided by 2. That should be 32.5. That should be 32.5 with this, sorry, remove smart dimension, this. So I went back to my normal sketch, and this should be what we should be having, that the distance between here, this end and this end should be 65. And so since this is half of what we are doing, so this will be 65 divided by 2, that will be 32.5. So we have that. So I believe right now we should be able to create a revolve boss base. Now we can revolve around. Okay, one more thing, we are not yet done. We are not yet done. The distance from here to here should be, because we have to get all the distance right. From this end to this end is 10. So obviously we can say that this can be this. And then with this and this being kept tangent. So we have to make sure both ones are tangent to each other. And this can be adjusted like the way it should be. Good. So we have that. So we have that already. So I believe we should be good to go now. No more errors and all of that. So revolve boss base. So we should be able to revolve. So this is a preview of how our what's it called? Our piston should look like. But I want us to modify it to look very good. And this should probably go somewhere here. This should probably be somewhere here. and then just tweak it, because the dimension was not added. If the dimension had been added, it would have been easier. So pick this and this. So pick this, and make relationship tangent. Good. So since the relationship is tangent, I believe we should be good to go. Come right over here and make normal. So revolve boss base. So that should be our revolve boss base. So this should exactly. So this should be how our piston should look like. So press Ctrl S and you have our piston. So now let's have our, I believe, yeah, our what's called our crankshaft. So this should be how our crankshaft will look like. So this is how our crankshaft looks like. This is it right over here. So we are just going to create one and then mirror it across the other parts. So hopefully we can get that done. And then we have our ring, our whole ring. So after that, I believe we have every other thing prepared. So let's move over to creating our crankshaft. Ctrl N and Ctrl N, parts, okay. We have sketch, front plane as earlier, and how do we go about this? Let's draw a circle at the center, just the way we have it in our sketch. And we also have another circle at the top along same direction, but this circle is going to be for construction. Click for construction. So you are not going to be extruding that. You just know that you have a circle right over there. Also, we have a arc. Create an arc. Now, okay, pick up a line, your line 2. Pick up your line 2 that runs from here straight down, and also your line 2 that runs from here straight down. Yeah, your line 2 that runs from there straight down. Then also your line 2 that runs from here. Also your line 2 that runs from here. We are going to be adding some special features to this thing to make it like, like what we want. So arc, 3-point arc from here to here. And then your 3-point arc again from here to here. So it's going to be a little bit like what we want. So make this and this, make them equal. Yeah, make that equal. And then make this and this, make tangents. Also make this and this, make tangents. Good. So we have that already. Also this and this, make relationship vertical. And this, the center of this, alongside the center of this circle, make relationship vertical. So everything aligns that way. Also make the center between this and this. And this, make vertical. Okay, sorry. So meaning we have an error somewhere. Make the center between this and the center of this, make relationship vertical. We have an error somewhere. Okay, but let's skip that for now. So now let's go to fillets right about this point. Fillets of let us see, it says the fillet is 5 millimeters. And then we also have another fillet of 5 millimeters. So that's what we have right over there. Also smart dimension of, this has a smart dimension of 50. And this has a smart dimension of 25. 25. So this, you can maybe just pull this, okay? Or let's just delete this, and then, okay, now that even makes things easier for us. the center of this and the center of this and the center of this make relationship vertical. Good. So everybody's aligned. Our values align. Pew. I think that makes sense. So we have this as the smart dimension between these points and these points. Okay, so we have a smart dimension between here and here. Smart dimension of, if I'm right, from here to here is 10 degrees. If I'm right, view. Let's zoom in. 10 degrees. Okay, this is 10. Okay. So many smart dimension between here and here. Am I right? Okay, we still have one more circle. That skipped my mind totally that we still have one more circle. 35 smart dimension from here to here, 35. Make 35. So meaning we have to draw this right up somewhere here. So 35 and 35 and make this 17.5. This one is for construction purposes, but it has a smart dimension of 17.5. 17.5. Sorry, 17.5. So what else do we need? What else are we looking for? We have a distance of 10. Okay. So we have a center line that runs from here straight down here. And the distance, smart dimension from here. So here is 10. It says 10. Wow. I'm surprised as you are. We are all learning. Ctrl Z. So I believe that should be all. Yeah, I believe that should be all. But irrespective, what is the distance? What's the... Okay, this has dimension of 10. Okay, so we have this to be 17.5 also. Smart dimension 17.5. So we have an extrusion. What's our extrusion distance? Our extrusion distance is you have to extrude this by 10 by 10 and extrude this also by 10. So our extrusion distance is 10. Features extrude boss base. Extrusion distance of 10. Good. Okay, now this particular circle is we should have this right delete, press delete. Right, yeah. So sketch extrude boss base 10 millimeters. Okay. That is what we have right about there. So now pick this particular face and click on sketch, and then have your center line straight at the middle. Center line. You can see straight at the middle where you see I have 90 degrees somewhere right now. 90 degrees, so that's the middle. Then pick up your circle around here. And I have smart dimension of 17.5, and extrude 10 millimeters. Extrude 10 millimeters. Good. So we are getting closer to our crankshaft. We have this right here. We have this. So Okay, this should be 25, sorry. This should be 25. Edit sketch. This should be 25. 25. This should be 25. This should be 25. And, okay, we have 25. Okay. So, now, back right over here. This sketch, extrude, what's this? Sorry. Now, we have, for this particular face, we have, I think we are done. Are we? Yes, we are done. So now, for this particular face, let's click on sketch, and then view normal to me. Okay. So, smart dimension, and then pick up your circle, and smart dimension should be 17.5. 17.5. 17.5. An extrusion distance of 50. So that goes like that. So you have an extrusion distance of 50, and you also have this right at the front. So basically, what you have to do right now, what you have to do on this side, is to mirror whatever you have on this side, mirror it across this particular connecting rod, or this particular linkage here. So let's do that. I hope we can actually do that. So come right here and click on mirror, select mirror face. We are mirroring this, and then features to mirror this, and this. So why is it giving us errors? So for the mirror 2, I feel there was a mistake earlier. So what we are going to do is I'll come back down right here to sketch. Yeah, this, where is it? Sketch, and edit sketch. Okay, not this. Boss extrude, it should be this. Okay, boss extrude, edit sketch, and this should be, okay, it should be edit feature. Edit feature, yeah, this should be 25. So by the time you have the other parts, it would just mirror across. So this is 25, good. So now to mirror, come right here to mirror, have mirror to mirror face of plane, that is the plane your face you're going to be mirroring across. Click that part. Then click on bodies to mirror. The bodies to mirror is going to be the boss extrude, this. So you click on that, select the features to be mirrored, bodies to be mirrored. Okay, I'm sure I did not select that. So you have that, and then click OK. So you have your crankshaft already. So these are crankshaft. We have our crankshaft, we have our piston, we have our connecting rod. Then now we can create our ring, if I'm right. We have our ring, so which is just made up of two circles of diameter 70 and 80 millimeters. With, okay, it's a cylinder of part, and not the least part is a connecting rod. Should I call it connecting rod? More like a cylinder. So let's just click on, I don't know, file. Okay, have we saved this part? Have we saved? Please, we have saved this. We have saved this. We have not yet saved. Click on Ctrl S, save. These are our crankshafts. Crankshaft. Save. Now we have that saved. Then click on Ctrl N, parts. Okay. So sketch, and then we have our front plane, So we have circle of this, and so smart dimension does a diameter of 80. Smart dimension says 80. It should be 80. And features, extrude boss base, extrusion should be 110 millimeters. The extrusion distance is 110 millimeters. And then pick one face, sketch again, and then circle of smart dimension of 70 millimeter. We could have done the offset feature, but I prefer this 70 millimeter. And then come right here, extrude cuts, through hole, extrude through hole, and then so you have this already, if I'm right, 110 millimeters, 70 and 80. So you have the cover and all of that. So now we are done with creating all the component of our engine. So we can now just merge everything together. So this is going to be cover. Good. So in the next part of this video, we are going to be merging everything together. See you guys on the next one.